Good morning students and welcome back. So today we are going to discuss a new topic, okay, hardly when. Now what is hardly when, students? Let's look at the rules. Now first of all, hardly when is used to understand this, combine or rewrite sentences denoting two simultaneously past actions. Means one after the other if two actions are happening, right? Then we use hardly when. For example, something happened and another thing happened very soon afterward. Okay? So that time we use this words. One hardly before the first action and when before the next action. Okay students, we'll discuss about the solution, one of the example, and you'll come to know it better. Example, I closed my eyes and the phone rang. Now you can notice that I've underlined the word closed. Why is it so? Closed is the past tense. Now you can see I have written down the structure over here. Hardly. So we will first add hardly before the first action. Now you can see the two actions. First is I closed my eyes and the second action is the phone rang. So I close my eyes. Before that you will write hardly. Okay. And now here closed is in the past tense. So we will use had. The word had. Okay. Then we will have the subject. That means we will have I. And then we will have the third form of verb. V3 form of verb. Okay. And then we will use when before the next action. So we'll have the sentence like, hardly had I closed my eyes when the phone rang. So before the first action, you can see the structure. As per the structure, I have mentioned the sentence. Hardly had I closed my eyes when the phone rang. Now we use this structure when the sentence is given, the verb is given in the past tense. Now what to do if the verb is in the present tense? So let's look at that example as well. As she opens the window, they tend to bang. Now here two actions you can see. She opens the window, they tend to bang. Okay, now here opens is in the present tense. The verb is in the present tense with the letter S. Okay, so if the verb is in present tense with do or does, without or with S or ES, then what we do? We will have the structure like this. Before the first action, we'll have the word hardly, and then do or does. Okay, we'll add the word do. If the verb is without the S or ES, we use do. If the verb is with the letter S or ES, we use does. That clarity we already have in our mind, right? Then we add the subject she. Then the verb will change into, it will be in the first form, right? And then before the next action, we will have our word when. Okay, great. Then let's look at the example also, how we will change it. See, you can see hardly does. I have used does because the verb is in with the letter S. So now opens will become open because we are using the word does. Hardly does she open the window when they tend to bang. Okay, great. Now we will do the fair book exercise. Let's look at the fair book exercise. The old farmer mumbled something and went home to tell his family. Now here the verb is in the past tense, students. Okay, mumbled. Alright. Great. So how we will change it? Hardly had the old farmer mumbled something. Now here mumbled, so we are using had, is in the past tense. So what the rule was? If the verb is in the past tense, we will have the word had after the word hardly. So hardly had the, and then the subject, the old farmer. Mumbled will remain mumbled because it's V3 form of verb. Something, then the next action. So end is replaced with the word when. Before the next action, we will have the word when. When, and now old farmer, right? He is male, so we will use the pronoun he. We will not repeat the word the old farmer again. We will have the pronoun he. When he went home to tell his family. Great. Let's look at the next one. When I touch them, they tend to break. Now here you can see touch. touch is in the present tense, students, without the letter S or ES. So how we will change? Hardly do. Now touch without S or ES, then we are using the word do. Hardly do I touch them. They will become, now you can see there is a comma before the action. So we will change the comma with the word when. Hardly do I touch them when they tend to break. Understood, student? We took one example of both. So I think now you will be able to do it better. Let's look at the next sentence. As he opens the door, the wind shrieks more loudly. Now here opens. Opens is again present tense with the letter S. So what we will do? We will have does. Hardly does, and opens will become open. Right? Hardly does he open the door when. Now here we will not have he because we are talking about the wind. Right? So we will not have a pronoun over here. We are talking about two different action. The subject changes. So when the wind shrieks more loudly, the remaining will remain as it is. Let's look at the next sentence. The queen appeared at one of the windows and beckoned the fisherwomen to come. Now appeared is in the past tense. So now the queen. Okay. Now here what we will do? Appeared is in the past tense. So we will have the word had. Okay. So hardly had the queen. Appeared will remain appeared because we are using V3 form. Hardly had the queen appeared at one of the windows when. Now here who beckoned? Obviously we are talking about the queen, but we are not using the word queen again. We will use the pronoun she. When she beckoned the fisherwomen to come. Okay. Hope this is clear. Let's look at the next sentence. As he spoke, began to vanish. Now spoke is past tense, students. So hardly had he spoken. Spoke will change into V3 form of verb, spoken, and spoke is in the past tense. So we'll have the word had before it, right? So hardly had he spoken when, and now he is already in a pronoun. So we'll use the same. He began to vanish. Great. Let's look at the next sentence. No sooner did I calm down than he pointed to the takeoff board. Now did, here the helping verb, the auxiliary verb did is already given, students. So we will not look at the word calm. Action we won't look at. Did is in the past tense, right? So what we will do? We will remove the word no sooner and replace it with the word hardly. And did is there, so we will have had. Okay, and then we will have subject I, and calm will become calmed, V3 form. So hardly had I calmed down, then will change to when, and then next sentence will remain as it is, when he pointed to the takeoff board. Next one. He took the coin back and turned onto the road. Now took is in the past tense, students. So what we will do? Hardly had he taken. Took will change into V3 form, taken. Okay, and had we are using because the verb is in the past tense. Hardly had he taken the coin back when, and then we'll have the pronoun he again, when he turned onto the road. Next one. When the train arrives, the passengers will get in. Now here arrives, student, that is in the present tense. Arrives with the letter S. So when hardly does the train arrive. Okay, so arrives. So we are using does, and arrives will become arrive. So hardly does the train arrive when. We are using comma, replacing comma with the word when the passengers will get in. Next one. As soon as he ran across to the sweet shop, he tossed the coin onto the counter. As soon as he ran is in past tense. So what we will do? Hardly had he run. Ran will become run, V3 form. Hardly had he run across the sweet shop when he, and tossed, next sentence will remain as it is. comma will change into when. Hardly had he run across the sweet shop when he tossed the coin on the counter. Next, when the time came for the long jump trials, I was startled to see a tall boy hitting the pit at almost 26 feet. Now here the word came is in the past tense. So again we will have the word had. Okay, so hardly had the time come. Came will become come. Come for the long jump trials, comma will be replaced with the word when. Okay, so when I was startled to see a tall boy hitting the pit at almost 26 feet. Okay students, hope this is clear to you. You practice and you'll be able to do it on your own. Okay, till then take care and have a very good day.